A little bit late today. I turned out pretty good. The cat is rolling around on the floor. Are you walking? Oh, don't fall into your water. What are you doing? You need the litter box? Oh my god, he just... I'm having a time. What? Even when you're injured, you know I'm online? Oh boy. Welcome to the reading report. We're going to talk about books, but reading is not required. And I'm going to be interrupted by the cat. And probably a lot. Okay. Hi. Well, look at you go. Look at you go. Maybe I just have to make like channels for him to walk through. Because he's walking against stuff and he's staying up pretty good. Okay. Oh boy. Hi, how are you? I don't even know if I have the books that I wanted to show you. I do have the TBR jar. But I'm a mess. I'm usually a mess, but I'm an extra mess today. Yeah, my cat's over there agreeing with us. Just gonna wait for a second, see if anybody pops in. The cat is driving me crazy already. I'm glad that you're well enough to interrupt. I'm gonna turn it to live chat. I see you. I'm exhausted. I'm kind of at my wit's end here with this cat situation. Hello. He's trying so hard. It's breaking my heart though, and I'm so stressed. Hey, Ronan. I know, baby. Come here. So my cat broke his leg. We think it was a jump off the bed, but we don't really know. He just showed up in the office limping. But this room has been a hospital room all week. Well, since Wednesday. And he has a peg leg cast. So everything is up here for him. Everything is low to the ground, but he's starting to be able to get around a little bit. Oh, I wonder if he's trying to come over to me. Anyway, hi. Looks like the YouTube boost just went in. We're going to talk about books here, but reading is not required. We love stories here, movies, books, poems, whatever. Hello, Mims. It's been a day again. So I usually and will be telling you about my reading. I have a few updates with that. I'd love to know what you're reading or what you're watching or anything like that. I thought you were coming over here. No, he's just upset. Let me go grab the books that I was supposed to bring over here because that's what I was supposed to do. I do not have unboxings today. However, there are 7 of them out there, so we might hit the jackpot like by next week or so. Sometimes they can take a month to like come in. We hear you. Yeah, we hear you. But instead, I need to fill up the bookshelf in the bedroom that I built online. I need to anchor it to the wall. And I need to know from Mike how far studs are apart. Because I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to put it into a stud. But I've got to get books out of boxes and onto the shelf. Because with the litter box and all of the padding in this room... Oh, Jesus, he's just face planting into the 16 inches on center. Okay. Hold on. I've never actually seen him in the litter box before because I just like kind of stopped. He's actually vertical. No, don't lean over. Hold on a second, because I gotta go get the books anyway. Are you alright? Oh my god, kitty. Let's get back up on your leg. No, you just want to lean there? Okay, I'm gonna get the books for you. Hold on a second. Holy crap. Alright. Sorry. Hit the like, y'all. Hit the like, y'all. What is on center? No, I understand that. It's the center of the stud. Oh, God. Alright, well, I might be going over there sooner than later because he just stunk me out. Did you have fun making that for me? Oh my god, hold on. Hold on. This is the second time this has happened. Well, you can't really bury it because you don't have a leg. Do you need to go potty too? Hold on, let me get this fucking out of here. Oh my god. Gross. Yeah, this is great. This is great. Where's the bag? Ugh. It's blowing into my face. Gotta wash my hands. That's not fair. You've got like the nuke of stinkdom. Yeah, literal poop day. Okay, sorry. Yeah, anybody who came in from the YouTube boost is now gone. So is the poop. He's still acting up. So if anybody's reading anything, please let me know. I will look it up on Goodreads and I will probably mark it as to be read. I might have to leave the room. I don't remember if this was a thing last time or this time, but I did finish my shark book called Devil's Teeth. You don't understand Spanish? Okay, well, I'm not speaking in Spanish, so you should be good. Grimilda, I don't know what's happening either. Hi, I'm looking at a very sad face behind the camera, and I just can't. Did you just poop on the blanket? Why does this happen? I'm in the mood to stream. I'm excited to stream. All day Saturday, all day Sunday. He just pooped on the carpet. On the blanket, luckily, that I had under the litter box. And now he's stumbling over here. So now we have a second turd that has entered the chat. Alright, I might have to move for real, because this is ridiculous. Honey, I guess you weren't done pooping. I'm so sorry. I gotta open the stink bag and get another piece of stink. I mean, thank you for not putting it on the carpet. Now I gotta wash my hands again. Holy crap. Ow. Okay. Third strike and I'm out of here, okay? I want to stream all weekend, and then it gets to it, and I have issues. Okay, now I'm dissociating. I finished my shark book. The first half was really cool, and it was mostly about the sharks. But the second half was more about the islands themselves, and I wasn't so interested. It's these islands off the coast of California that only certain people are allowed to be on, and the purpose is to research the great white sharks, which are my favorite. But the second half just kind of got a little boring. Like, once she got off the island and was trying to get back on, but like not fully successful, I don't know, I just kind of lost it. But did you know great white sharks can be 8 feet wide? 8 feet. Imagine, like, 8 feet wide. That is crazy. And like 20 plus feet long. I love great white sharks. They're kind of my favorite. I gave it, what did I give it? Like a 3.5. 3 stars out of 5 is still a good book. I thought it was a little better than just okay, so I gave it that, I think. Anyway. Okay. There's still a lot of issues going on in the background, and none of them are what I want to be doing. Okay, I'm still reading Tower of Dawn. I'm a little past halfway. It's just going slow. It kind of cut out from the action and talked about 2 other characters who are in a different part of this world. And if you don't like those characters, you're kind of out of luck because you've got them for like 700 pages. So I like them fine, but I'm not like riveted by this. There's also some new characters that are introduced, and this is the second to last book, so it's a little odd to have brand new characters like still being introduced. It's fine. It's fine. It's not great, and I will eventually finish it, and this will come into play when I do my TBR jar later. I am still reading this series that started with the book Rejected. I'm not very far into it. I just haven't been in a paranormal romance kind of mood since Wednesday. Why don't you come over here? Did you poop again? I am... Okay. Also, I have a failed project that I've kind of almost abandoned, where I go through like the entire Witcher series and compare it to the show or whatever. And I read 2 pages of this today. I went in and I was like, I'm going to finish this chapter and just underline stuff and not worry about like memorizing it for a video. But then I forgot what was happening, so I had to read it from the beginning of the chapter, or at least the underlines. So then I only got 2 pages in. Sweetie. Okay, this is strike 3. Give me a second, and then I'm going to report from the other room. Do you have poop on your butt? I think you do. Are you alright? Gross. I'm sorry, but it stuck to you. You're doing this on the internet. Jesus. This is disgusting. Ew. I love you. You're gross. Oh no. Yeah, that's the day that I'm having. Hello. You get to see me upside down. We're leaving. I can't be in there anymore between the stank and the crying. He will get himself to bed. He has done it before. I am going to put some lights on and put you guys on a book facing the bookcase. And then I'm going to get my laptop and see if we can have a rest of a stream over here. Thank you, Mike. Yes. And he waited all day to poop once I started talking in that room. Yes, we have some Spanish and English speakers, so if you would like somebody to translate it, maybe they will do it for you. The weirdest thing I have done in love? Yeah, let's skip that. Yeah, hey, he's definitely a smelly kitty today. Welcome to behind the scenes of the FlyOn Education channel. This has been all day other than the poop. It's been the cat care. I love him to pieces, but I'm exhausted. Exhausted for multiple reasons. Let me grab my laptop and the TBR jar and we will continue. Yes, books. I'd like to actually talk about more books today. That is part of the bookshelf, and as you can see, it is mostly empty, so that can't be happening. Let me go grab the stuff. I'll be right back, and then we'll continue. Look, I love you, kitty, but we gotta do something about this. This is not gonna happen. Okay. I love you so much. Books. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I love you so much. I love you so much. Let's get you a newer box. And then you can do whatever you want, and I'll be back later. Holy. Okay. Okay. My goodness. Mike makes stuff. Or we talk about 18 plus topics. One or the other. Okay. I am sitting. Okay. Forgot my water. You may be stuffing makes tomorrow. Cool. What does makes look like? I don't know, maybe it's got a little accent mark and it's actually make has. I'm trying to catch my breath so I don't like sound like I just ran a marathon. It is almost 8 o'clock and I've only minorly talked about books. An unboxing would be nice, but I don't have any at the moment. But they are coming. I believe I have 7. There might be 8 because I didn't really update my email today. Hi, amateur. I have no idea what you're saying. Let me see if my computer translated anything. My computer has stopped. So that's lovely. Mike is trying desperately to enthusiastically remind me why I'm here. Books, acrobatics, lots of poop. Yeah, it does have everything. Predatory birds, snakes, DIY projects. Yes, I did build this. It was an Amazon shelf. It was frustrating, but it's documented for all of you to see. Hi, Arbitisiba. Yeah, I haven't anchored this to the wall yet, and it's pretty flimsy, so I need to do that. I don't think there's a stud behind it though, and I don't want to move it over the outlet. So I've got to figure out what to do. Also, Mike, I could use your advice on which shelf to anchor or stick into the wall. Amateur is looking for attention. Maquez, yes. It's ethnic, okay? I gotta get my water, man. I'm sorry. One more thing, guys. One more thing. You are in your bed, you silly little man. Are you okay? Okay. I go over there, and he has literally face planted into his food dish. He's in his bed. Literally face smash in the food dish. Anyway. So, let's get this out of the way. I mean, it's fun, but let's get this done next, the TBR stuff, so that I can stand up and try to figure out the shelf. This shelf is not fitting as much as I hoped it would. There's like 10 books that can go across. And yeah, I can get more up there. That's what she said, all over the place. I can do more if I stack them like horizontal. There's 7 of these shelves. And I just really want to get books out of boxes because there were boxes in that room, and now I don't have room for them, and I don't want the cat to knock into them or poop on them. So I need the books to go on the shelf, and that is no matter what order they're in. I'm going to try to keep my nonfiction separate and go downstairs, but I really need to put books on this shelf. Okay, that being said, I kind of went over what I was reading or read. Oh, I forgot to talk about one called Margo's Got Money Troubles real quick. It's, I keep wanting to say it's a romance, but it's really not. It's a show on, they made a show of it on Amazon or maybe Apple. I don't know, both. And one of my favorite booktubers is watching it on her channel, like we're watching it together. So I actually got the Prime Video subscription just to watch it. But I was kind of wanting to read the book anyway, and it's about this young woman who gets pregnant by a professor. It's not really a spoiler, it's in the beginning. And she can't get a job because she decides to keep the baby, which is her right. But, you know, things just keep going wrong and wrong and wrong. And then she decides she's going to start an OnlyFans. And she becomes successful with it. But it goes over, not goes over, but it has in it, you know, people trying to make a living online. The stigma of like, oh, that must be, you know, corn. And it's not really. It might be explicit content, but it's not necessarily acts. And that's all true. Like, it's misunderstood, I think. And people aren't very well respected who have that as their profession, even though they make like a crap load more money than I do. Not that, you know, I'm gonna go ahead and start one, but I just think it's interesting. And there's weird things about it that are just kind of fun. She has a dad who kind of comes back from nowhere, like had abandoned her. And the dad comes back. He used to be a pro wrestler. And then he went to rehab, and he comes back and actually helps take care of the baby when she needs to, like, do other things. Oh God, I just dropped my lipstick into the bed. Okay, so it's just, and Nick Offerman plays her dad in the show. The show is adult rated, so, you know, it shows a lot of things. But it's kind of funny. Michelle Pfeiffer's in it, Nicole Kidman's in it. Elle Fanning plays Margo. So I decided to listen to the audio. I can kind of get through it without paying attention if I have to. And yeah, I don't know that it's spicy. It explains some of the scenes. I mean, she gets pregnant, you know, and she's on OnlyFans putting explicit content up, so I don't know. Recommended last week? What do you mean? I am from the US, Abdullah. Hello, if I haven't said so already. So I forgot to mention that, but I wanted to because it's fun and people might want to see the show because it's really good. It's fun in a group too. But every week that I do this, at least, I have a jar and I pick from the jar a suggestion or prompt for my reading in the coming week. When I work from home, I don't listen to as many audiobooks because I'm like tuned into multiple things. Lately, I've been working in that room with the cat and literally moving him around. I'll see what I need to do this week, but can't guarantee you I'm gonna money problems. Let me get to that in a second. Hey, I forget what I was saying. I can't read it. Money problems was talked about last week. It might have been. It might have been. I'm sorry. Yeah, it really might have been. Anyway, maybe I talked about starting it next or something. I don't know. Who's from the UK? Oh, hey, Abdullah. Yeah. I'm reading these out of order, and I'm flustered now, so I'm trying to get myself back together. I don't think I went into the Margo book as much last week, but each week I pick 2 of these, and I try to read at least one before the next reading report. And in typical fashion, I lost one of the prompts that I picked last week. I don't even remember what it was, but this prompt was for a book over 400 pages. I know it's backwards. And I'm counting this chonker as that because it is well over 400 pages. So I'm going to count this one as done. Normally, I'd put the one that I didn't do back in the jar, but I don't know where it is. So I'll either find it or make a new one. Things are in piles with pillows on them in the cat room now. But I did, you know, at least, I'm not fully done it, but I did at least make progress towards what I was supposed to read. I'm very much a mood reader, so I don't know. It's hard sometimes, but I'm trying to get through the massive amount of books I have because I want to, you know? Abdullah's in Bristol. Hi, Logan. Oh, I'm glad you're having a blast, Az. Yeah, I see your videos pop up once in a while. Hay is the library girl that was born in the late 1900s. Sure. If you're trying to say was born in the 1900s, I was actually 81. Anyway, let's pick 2 more, and then I'll try to deal with this mess back there. We'll see. So Mike, don't go anywhere. Let's pick one and see what it is. I can also turn you guys in this room, and if it's something that fiction, not 1900 specifically, 1900s, 1980s counts in the 1900s. I have this one on my fingers. Let's see what it is. Female author. Well, I think that's almost everything I'm reading. That's pretty easy. This is, I don't want to count the Tower of Dawn one twice. But this is also by a female author, so I'm doing that one. What I want to do over there, if I can actually breathe in that room, is put a corkboard up and just stick these to a corkboard until they're done. Because the 400 one is technically still open, you know? And it's in progress, but I don't want to put them in here until they're done. I am figuring this out as I go. Obviously, that's kind of most of my life. Okay, let's do another one. How long have I been streaming already? Half an hour? All right, it's not that bad, right? Over 250 pages. Okay, I love when this happens. I could read one over 250 pages by a female author. I love when I can combine them, especially if there's a week where I haven't done either one. So 250 pages. Is this 400 pages? That's a bonus scene. This is a preview of another book. That's an afterword. Okay, we still got over 250 pages. I don't want to read the very last paragraph, but 396 pages. So I could count this as both. What was I going to say? So many of these, 250 pages is actually not bad at all. I can read, if I'm concentrating, I can read about a page a minute, especially if it's small, paperback. So if you think, I don't know, 250 minutes is 4.25 hours-ish. So you could do that in a day if you really concentrated a lot. I probably would need 2 days just to kind of do it. Yes, thank you. Funny's here. Okay, the ice feels good. Starting to calm down. Funny, I already got stinked out of my cat room. Over 250 pages by female author. It was written by my wife. 220 of those pages would be about how I need to work towards self-improvement. Don't we all? Okay. The next book I was thinking about for some reason is called Gideon. I think this is more of a fantasy romance. But look at that cover. Like, she's cool. If I read this, I should do my makeup that day to look like her. Does she have aviator sunglasses on? I think she does. In backwards. Okay. This one, I don't know. I was just drawn to it. This one's over 400 pages as well. Yeah, so not bad. I don't think I put anything super long in the jar. That would be great if I can do both at the same time. Hey, Dan's Homestead is here. Hello. I'm about to screw something into the wall, so that's kind of making stuff, right? So yeah, those prompts will work well, I think. And let's look at the shelf. This is the shelf that I tried to put together on a live stream. I did put together on a live stream, but it was very frustrating. It would take me 3 days and maybe a spinal injury lately to power through that. Fair. A page a minute is kind of fast too, so. But if you're reading the audiobook, especially if you crank up the speed, no problem. She looks like Blade had a child with the Whisperers from The Walking Dead. Look at the bones and stuff. I'm just fascinated. And my favorite booktuber really liked this one. I think it's a sapphic romance, which means 2 girls. Well, women. But it's definitely got some fantasy stuff in it, because there's like a map and like a list of the houses and stuff that's in the beginning of this book. And the names. I did kind of read the first few pages just because I was so drawn to it. That's what I mean by mood reading. I'm like, okay, I've got 1.5 million books over here, but I want to read this one, and I just get drawn to it. I don't know. Thanks, Ronan. Yes, Mike's been pushing a little bit too. I appreciate it. Like, subscribe, all that stuff. This is a wacky day, but usually I'm sitting in the other room and I have packages to open, but I should get something by next week. I checked all day just in case. Isaac says Happy Mother's Day. Yes, to anyone who that, applies to. Dr. Maboob also says Happy Mother's Day. Ronan's reading a new book? Tell us. You feel that I'm restless because I just got stunk out of the cat room and had to get up and clean poop and wash my hands 3 times. And then I said 3 strikes, I'm leaving the room. So now I'm over here, but I'm flustered. And I want to help him so badly, and I don't often know how. The Arco Book of Soccer Techniques and Tactics by Richard Widows to do with your new job. Cool. I will not be reading that. Even when there's just sports in one of the books I read, I'm usually like, yeah, I don't care, get back to the characters. I don't know. Maybe I just haven't found the right sports book yet. Whew. Okay. I don't know what to do with this thing. No adult juice today, no. So it's kind of lined up between where the door closes and the outlet down there. So I don't know that I want to move it. Let me show you what I discovered. You're gonna laugh probably. I have a very old stud finder. Yes, get out all of the, well, I'm a stud jokes now. This works though, and it's been working for like 15 years. So I don't think there's a stud along the back of this shelf. It's only like 9 or 10 inches across. I should have brought a measuring tape, which is why I asked you about how wide between the studs in the wall, because do I have at least a ruler over here? I have like an old school ruler over here. Hold on. Okay. Is Mike still here? Because I'm kind of asking him, because he's the resident. I mean, Dan Tomsek can answer too, or anyone else who can help me. I should measure it with my height. Yeah, just lay across the wall. You do recommend finding the mother tree, discovering the wisdom of the forest. Cool. Oh. My computer's going crazy. Ugh. I hear noise in the house randomly, and I think it's the cat, and then I remember he's over there. Whoa, Suzanne Simard is a pioneer on the frontier of plant communication and intelligence. What? Putting it on the list. She's been compared to Rachel Carson, who wrote Silent Spring, which was very famous, hailed as a scientist who conveys complex technical ideas in a way that is dazzling and profound. I'm so reading this, or at least wanting to read this. We'll see if I find it. But that sounds fascinating. I was showing that it's between where the door ends and the outlet. And I don't think there's a stud along the back, these lips on the back of the shelves here. So should I just put an anchor in there and just like screw it in where it's at? Or like, I don't really want to move it over to where the outlet is. Anchors will do? Okay. Do I have an anchor from this? Yes, I do. Okay. All right. These are the very stupid straps that it gave me. And just so we're speaking the same language, these anchors, right? Holly bowl? What? Yeah, I've okay. Dan's home said if not stud and you don't want to move it, an anchor. Okay. All right. So this is what I'm gonna do. Yeah, so I'll have to pop them into the wall and then drill through. Well, drill through, then pop it into the wall. I'm gonna have to drill through the back of the thing. Next question, which shelf should I screw into the wall? Like the top one, does it not really matter? Obviously not the bottom ones, but like focus on what I want to get the shelf in the wall so I can put books on it, and then I can talk about books again. Also, did you see my... Okay, that's a third question. Did you see the stud finder? It's old. Small drill bit through the shelf into the wall. Okay. What's the difference between stud scan and deep scan? And try not to be gross. That goes for everybody. Hey, Epic. Smaller than the anchor, yeah. I might have to just leave one shelf empty and do that later, because I'm gonna have to measure that all out. One is looking for wiring and pipe. Oh God, I have no idea. Me too, Ronan. Me too. No, I'm not from the UK. I'm from the US. Way smaller than the anchor in the wall or in the bookshelf, because it's obviously got to fit these in the wall. And which shelf, like which shelf should be the one that gets drilled into? Life would be boring if we were normal, but I don't really know what normal is. Funny as a gas of meek. Okay. I can still smell the cat poop. I can smell the cat poop. I'm not happy. But I get to put books on a shelf, so that'll be fun. I had a lot of ideas. I was gonna put like the giveaways all together until like 6 months or something. I was gonna put like the ones that I just read so that I can talk about them on the show like together, but I'm not gonna have the space. I was gonna put all my true crime along the bottom and then do something else where I have my true crime over here. But I kind of need to see if it'll fit, you know? I'm from Northeast US. That's as comfortable as I'm getting with all my weird hobbies. Middle of the shelf, halfway up and toward the top. I mean, 1, 2, 3. I would think the fifth one. This is kind of in the middle, I guess. So maybe the one that has the books in it instead of the one that's empty. Fart Blasters lives in Maryland. Hello, Maryland. But this is the plan. Okay, ... I'm waiting. Have I been to Vegas? I have not. Ronan's been to Vegas many times. 1 night is good. 2 nights is perfect. 3 is too many. Fair. Through the shelf holes you drill, mark where the anchors will go. Then shelf aside and put in the anchors. Put the shelf back. Yes. Only takes 1 day to lose all your money in Vegas. Yeah, fair. I'm gonna copy and paste what Mike said because all right, I need to make sure that my live chat will be posted because I may have missed. Hold on. Anyone live chat on? Okay. Oh my God, the live where I was building the big black snake tank. There was a lot of that's what she said moments, but you guys were putting them in the chat for me. And I think the live chat replay might not have been enabled for the replay part. So I might have lost what you guys said, but I'll look into it a little more. Okay, I was gonna copy what Mike told me. Oh God, I'm so... I don't know, I'm about to just get offline. Push, 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 push. Push yourself. Why didn't it... There we go. What the hell? it just jumped down a whole page over here. Okay. Funny's not a casino guy. You're more of a Texas Instruments guy. Yeah. Mike literally has Texas Instruments. Depends on what you do with your money. I'm vegan. Some people have been to Vegas, Karen. That's what they're talking about. Hi, Phil. What happens in Vegas? Yada, yada. I just got really tired. I think what I might do is, I don't know, because I have, this is not going according to plan. This is not. Because I can't put them on the shelf. I don't think I'm going to screw the shelf into the wall on this live. Enough has gone wrong already. But I might pack the bottom shelves differently. I took some of the stuff that was in a box and just threw it on here. But some of that, actually, I'm noticing some nonfiction mixed into it, and I might be able to fit some of the colors into the rainbow shelves so that I can move more stuff over here. This is going to be a bigger thing than I thought. I wanted to do it because I didn't have the unboxings, but empty shelf. Okay, another time. Huh? You want to get married in Vegas officiated by a Cookie Monster. Wait, I thought you were married. Mrs. Funny has been on the channel. Ronan says hi. The books that were put horizontally trigger your OCD. Well, it's not a final thing. But fair. Okay. Sorry if I don't read every single comment. I'm not ignoring you. I'm just distracted. I also have like these tall yellow paper hardbacks might not fit on my shelves where I have the rainbow, so I have like a separate hardback area for them. This means I've got to move around a whole bunch of stuff though. All right. This is a book by a cult survivor, so this is a memoir and doesn't belong over here in this pile. I do have another box for my nonfiction that's I'm just gonna have to bring downstairs. This little guy is a pocket paperback, so that can go on top over there. I don't know if this is blue or purple. It's called The Red Unicorn. Could be either one. So those two don't belong there. I kind of like that it's mixed up because the ones that I really would love to read next are together here because those are the recent ones that I picked out. But what do I want to do? What do I want to do? Expired blue color? Yeah, I agree. Take a spa day. Yeah, maybe I need a break. Probably. Hi, Thomas. I'm going backwards, sorry. Do I have any of those something for dummies? Yes, I think I have one about raising chickens. I'm not even kidding. It's like raising chickens for dummies. Because someday it will be relevant. Is that a book title, Ronan? Do a simple live, your usual? Yeah, I believe it's Raising Chickens is the dummies book I have. I think I had one about car maintenance, but I don't know if I still have it. I could look that up. Yeah, but you gotta like make sure the chicks are taken care of and like not ill and stuff. Yeah, maybe I should just, I don't know. I think it's raining again. Yes, I have Raising Chickens for Dummies, and that's the only one. I must have gotten rid of the car maintenance one. I probably realized I was just going to Google it instead of looking at a book about it. You had Basic Maths for Dummies. And they don't hatch themselves. The mom has to sit on the egg and keep it warm, but I'm not getting chickens soon. Also, I feel like people are going to bring me baby birds like that. Baby poultry. On your way to London for your job. Do you mind saying what your job is? Because if you're reading soccer tactics, I'm wondering if you're like a coach or something. Books. Mike's trying to make me concentrate. He's got a rough job. Gotta take care of the chicks. Yeah, take care of your chicks, man. Gotta take care of your chicks. Chickens are just truncated dinosaurs. They're just dinosaurs, period. Yeah, everybody's noticing that I'm stressed. Yes, just a bit. Thank you. You're an assistant soccer coach. That's cool. Do I have any experience working with animals in a professional setting? Yes. So I was a staff member at a wildlife rehab center for 2 years. Then I had some health issues, and then I worked as a falcon trainer, basically caregiver, manager for almost 8 years. And then I started working in an office, and I just have my own animals that I'm basically doing the same stuff. I'm just doing it for myself instead of for a corporation, which is better. Yeah. Can't say what team for your privacy. That's fine. That's fine. Privacy is always a good thing here. Last time you mentioned gobble socks. Yes. Tell me more about gobble socks. Don't they call it football in the UK? Yeah, I had that question too, but don't be stressed. We're all going to die anyway. It doesn't help as much as you think it helps. Hi, freshman. Oh, I see. You're American, so you call it that. Yeah. Eggs are cackleberries? Wait, did you tell me this already? I feel like maybe you said that in the same chat that you told us about gobble socks. It sounds familiar. Eggs are just chicken fruits. Well, I guess cackleberries are berries fruits. Cackleberry fruit. Yeah, no, please keep your privacy. Yes, you can trust me, but I'm a person on the internet, so of course we're going to say that. Thank you, Pickle Sniffles. That's a fantastic name. I'm calling it a jellyfish. It's based on a singer that I like. Okay, let me talk about that for a minute. So people ask, hello? Can you see me? I accidentally turned off the screen when I was trying to look for the battery percentage, which is fine. And then it blacked out the screen. It said I was live, but it blacked out the screen. So I tried to flip the screen, and then you got a shot of the bed, and then I flipped it back, and I think now I'm here. Cackleberries and gobble socks. It sounds like a Harry Potter thing, to be honest. Aurora, yes, though so Piccolo is right. That's who it's based on, is Aurora. She's got longer hair now, but yeah. Okay, let me go back and see what I missed. And then I was going to talk about music for a minute. Okay, someone's trying to text me. I think they're having a hard time too, but I need to take care of my own situation first. You don't know much about animals, like, at all. Today, you saw a short where a big spider crawled out of its skin and it spooked you. Yeah, they molt, like, I don't know why they call it molt and not shedding, but they basically shed like a snake sheds, the spiders. So that's fun. I don't really want to get into bug keeping. They're cool when somebody else has them, but I don't think it's going to happen for me. I don't know who Fart Blasters is, but they've been here for a while, so they're welcome to stay. They're not a bot. That's a cartoon? I don't know what you mean. I've been all over the place. All right, vegans test, I see, and everybody else is telling me it's working too. I'm just really behind. Yeah, but Aurora is who it was inspired by. Buffering, it's working. It was. Yes, yes. I'm still visible, audible. We can see you. Cackleberries and gobble socks. That would be so funny to a native English speaker. Aurora is an amazing singer. Cujo's here. Hey, Cujo. Okay, so. Why did it Mike said Cujo with a wave, and my... What the hell was that sound? Both my devices translated it to just hello. Okay, what's my rarest book? God, that's a great question. I need to prepare for these more and do one for like my biggest books, my oldest books, my weirdest books. I'm not really like a expensive book collector. Like, I buy them mostly to be read or bring them home if I find them for free, like to read them. So a really rare book, I don't know. I do have some from like the 1910s that belonged to my grandmother. So that's pretty rare. I don't know what that means. Okay, so the plan's failing. All right, so whenever someone asks me what music I listen to, or like my favorite singers, like my favorite music, what's going on? My brain is like, I have to pick my favorite. Which ones are my favorite? I have to tell like the truth, you know? And so I always mention Aurora, obviously, and then like Dodie and Coldplay, I think, are still the two that I listen to the most, but I listen to almost everything. Like, and I listen to a lot of heavy metal. I listen to a lot of dubstep because I choreograph for the hula hoop. So like, I don't want to mess up the stream any more than I already have, but let me see if I can log into my Spotify real quick and like tell you like the last 5 songs that I listened to or something, because you might be surprised. There's a lot of Metallica. Disturbed is another band that I love. I've been listening to Korn lately for some reason. It like came back into my life, and it's pretty out there. I've been listening to this channel called The Charismatic Voice, where she's an opera singer that will review like heavy metal, and it's fascinating. Where am I going? Trying to get into Spotify and I forget what my login is because I always have it on my phone. All right, let me see. I can't share my Spotify at this point. I do have an Audible account now, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Okay. Let me see what you guys are saying. In the laundry room, in the basket, in the shelf, under the laundry soap. King God? What? Well done, funny? Oh, okay, I see what happened. I said something else, sorry. Vegan's a metalhead and used to say that all heavy metal, that you like all heavy metal until you discovered a few very weird songs. Yeah, well, there's always that. She did a review on Rammstein's Du Hast, and she did some System of a Down stuff, and I was watching it because I wanted to see her react to, like, how bizarre it is. But she was actually very, like, sweet about it and, like, accepting and stuff. And explained, like, some of the actual physical qualities that they use to make this music. Okay, so recent... Where is it? So Aurora has a collab with the Chemical Brothers right now, and they called it Tomora for Tom from Chemical Brothers, and then Aurora from Aurora. So Tomora is like the number one right now because the album just came out. So Sophia Isella has some very disturbing songs. I wouldn't even know what to call her songs. Yeah, Korn is on here. I got really addicted to Freak on a Leash again, and then I've been trying to find other songs by them that I remember, and it's not going very well. So I don't know how long I'll be listening to Korn, but I do like the Deftones. Hi, Terrence. You like classic rock? I mean, I love classic rock as well. The only thing I can't really get into, and I'm sorry, but is country. And I think it's because you can't really choreograph to like a song about a big green tractor, you know? Like, I like the bluesy style country. That's like the older country. I think what happened was somebody mentioned Mein Kampf, and there's a side discussion about it now. I have not read it. I don't think I ever will. But I've heard it is an interesting kind of book from a historical perspective, but I don't know. There's a YouTube video called Something Like Metal, but it gets increasingly disturbing. After you see that, you'll never say you listen to everything again. There are limits, I'm sure. I never talk about that side of myself. So, Sophia Isella has some very, disturbing things. There's a bunch of audiobooks on here, obviously. I don't think you can put them... There's some Bjork, surprise, surprise. Todrick Hall, who is a drag queen, choreographer, singer, actor. He's a lot of things. Eminem. Yep. I'm trying to see what I just at least listened to recently. I'm curious about that as well. I should link my Audible account so these good people can gift you audiobooks if they wanted. Good idea. Let me see if I can get back into where I was with that. Because I might need to sign out and sign back in. Oh no, I got it. Okay. How do I... Looking to see if there's like a shareable link or if I should just copy paste. I did start the trial because there's a book called Dungeon Crawler Carl, which I will only ever say correctly about once every 10 times. It's really hard to say, but it's supposed to be very, very funny, and it's only on Audible. So, yeah. I don't know if... I should just copy paste. Is this mine? How do I share it? Somebody go find this out for me so I don't have to do it live. Funny says he's read Mein Kampf, and it's an interesting book. Yeah, I don't think Ronan was saying, like, oh, it's the best book ever. The charismatic voice is very graceful. She even appeared on a YouTube short where she growled. I just marked one as, like, on my watch later list where she, like, beatboxes or something. Somebody in the chat has met her, actually. Oh my god, what happened to my hair? It's been chopped since January, so. Indie rock and alternative. Yeah, all of you tell me what you like to listen to. Ella Langley. I don't know that name. Old bluegrass. Yeah, like Willie Nelson comes to mind. Indie rock is basically what, like, Dodie's more just indie, I guess. It's such a subjective topic. Ooh, this is a great question. What's your favorite book to film adaptation? Oh man, I want to do the easy answer with Lord of the Rings, but there's got to be. Okay, on Goodreads, I have a list of books where the movie was better than the book. One of them is Wizard of Oz. One of them is Forrest Gump. Those are not necessarily my favorite, but let me go to this list and refresh my brain. You've read a translation, except for a few pages. Huh. Interesting. Massive fan of They Might Be Giants. I don't think I know much by them other than, like, what was extremely popular. Mike says, yes, vegan. She learned how to death metal growl from Will Ramos from Lorna Shore. I think I saw him doing a few videos with her. This is the charismatic voice. Yeah, I am funny. Heavy effing metal. Oh, Ella Langley is the new country sensation. That's why I haven't heard of it. The Forrest Gump book was very interesting. Goodreads is still loading. Come on, Goodreads. But I don't often think the movie is better than the book, so I started to keep track of them. I put The Martian. I put Contact, which was a movie that was out, oh gosh, was it in the 90s? By Carl Sagan, where Jodie Foster, like, travels through space, sort of. Phantom of the Opera is better on film than the book, but I enjoyed the book still. A Never-Ending Story. Jurassic Park, I think, is way better than the book, to be honest. Wizard of Oz was, yeah, it was out there. And then, like, some other kind of personal favorites. Princess Bride, I think, was about as good, but I have The Never-Ending Story as being better in the movie form. So there's a whole bunch of them for you. For the gift to Audible titles, they just need the email. Well, that's my regular email. It's the flyoneducation@gmail.com. Play the Istanbul song. Gotcha. I can already think of it. It's already a brainworm. Am I ever afraid to move with snakes and books? No. I need to make enough money to have someone help me move, like, professionally this time, because I have a whole house of stuff now. Classic 90s track, yeah. The Godfather. I haven't read The Godfather, but I could see that being a thing. Do I read books cover to cover or just get... Oh, cover to cover, yeah. The only exception is if it's, like, a reference book where, like, I only need to look up one thing, or... can't think of any other examples. I mean, I'm trying to read the Bible cover to cover for, like, a very long time, but I have read parts of that. But I I'm very serious about counting a book as read. So if I enjoy it enough, I'm gonna go for it. But I do have, also in Goodreads, I do have a DNF. I have 30 on my DNF, which is did not finish list. And sometimes it's because they're bad. Other times I'm just really not in the mood. Like if I get a quarter of the way through and I just don't care at all, I'll just give up. I have too much to read to like waste time with that. Shall you make an offer I can't refuse? That makes me want to refuse it. You've got many sticky notes in a tactics book. Yeah, I don't tab them often, but if the pages are like shiny, so you can't really like write in pencil on them, then I'll tag them. Okay, sorry. How long is the Bible? It's over 1,000 pages, but there's so many translations that it's all over the place, but it's long. A dozen more subs and you hit 1,500. That's amazing. It's really shooting up there for you. Mine's going pretty quick too. I was 2,000 in March, I think, and it's like 2,130 now. I'm like, oh my gosh. Yeah, no, I understood that. Funny. I just read it very literally. La, 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 la. Yeah, if you are 18 plus, go subscribe to Mike. We have some pretty crazy live streams where people come up and participate. I don't know, I said we, he does, but I've been there for the past few months for most of them. Yes, you are allowed to plug your channel in here if I know you. I have seen the first Godfather movie. I'm not a mafia girl. Like I'm not a mafia romance girl, I'm not like a mafia book, which is weird because I really like true crime. I think I just feel like they're gonna come get me if I'm reading about them. You know what I mean? It's just, it makes me paranoid or something. Oh, Mike says, if you wish to gift Fly an Audible title, you just need to enter her email, flyoneducation@gmail.com. Thank you. I will pin it. Thank you. Never mind, we're back on. What happened? Funny that I was going to say, which is weird because I've whacked people before. No, I haven't. Of course, that's what I would say if I did. Sleeping with the fishies. Why is true crime so popular with women? I don't know that it is like a gender thing. I feel like it's a more manly genre than like romance, for example. Yeah, Ronan's like, I'm not a woman, am I? I don't know. We don't know who you are. Do I want to have someone offed? I mean, I'm not going to speak to that right now. Your girlfriend Jane broke up with you, but you're back on now. I don't know what to say to that either, because that kind of sucks, but it's also, it ended okay? I don't know. Like half the women I know watch those videos or something similar. So I started listening to audio obviously podcasts are audio, but like at my first office job when I had 8 hours to like listen to stuff while I was doing other things. You broke up 10 minutes ago? Well, maybe she didn't mean it then if you're already back together. In 2014, I not witnessed exactly, but I became aware of a very serious crime that happened. And even though multiple people told the police about it, they said if the victim doesn't report it, we can't do anything about it. And he is still out there. And it's terrifying. a lot more people know and have warned others now. But I started listening to true crime stuff and audiobooks, in particular, after that. And I didn't think about this until way later, but I think what I was trying to do subconsciously is figure out a way to catch the bad guy. You know what I mean? And then once you start, it's like with mystery books or Sherlock Holmes or detective, whatever, unsolved mysteries, like whatever. It starts to get addictive, and you want to figure out the puzzle. You want to figure out who the bad guy is and how they got him, and it's fascinating. I think, and this is not a slight, but I think women read more books, so it kind of doesn't surprise me. But I would think true crime is just as much read by men. Just thinking of the genre alone, if that makes any sense. I don't know. Yeah, every serial killer in jail gets love letters. It's whatever. He was a very interesting man. I have some books about him, actually written by Anne Rule, who was friends with him when he was younger, when they were younger, like both of them. Personally, you find it disturbing. That's fair. You're not judging anything, of course, but personally, that's not my definition of a good time. Well, it's like watching Game of Thrones or something, or even like Titanic. Like, it's horrible, but you're entertained, and I see it as kind of educational as well. Like, I'm not trying to exploit someone's killing to like entertain myself or something, but I don't know. Again, your mom was kind of addicted to that, so your perspective might be skewed. That's a very mature take on that. I appreciate that. And it's not for everyone, for sure. And I have to avoid certain topics. But don't wait, hold on a second. Let me read Funny's thing first. You used to have a colleague who would watch post-mortem dissection videos. Ew. A harmless psychopath. Yeah, I can do disturbing, but disgusting, not so much. I've mentioned this before, but I don't know why Ronan says don't worry, but he says the relationship with her is deeply chaotic, volatile, and codependent. Yeah, I feel that. Same with most of your female friends. It's an interesting observation. I just don't know that I've noticed it myself. Kuja says you've ruined Funyuns for me. You're welcome to that observation. I'm not knocking it. I'm like, that's interesting. In my times in prison, don't worry, you're fine now. Some people get love letters. Some didn't, like you. I mean, that's probably a good thing, maybe? I don't know. I don't know what to say about that. Corpses and Funyuns. Excessive for him, it was Pringles. Yup. Pringles are ruined for me from now on. They really are. Sup, and welcome to the chat. It's been chaotic, and I'm not even gonna summarize it. The thing for me is that I kind of have very little faith left in people, so that doesn't help. I totally get that. You prefer the wholesome stuff, and people doing good and helping others makes your day. That's fantastic. Pringles and turkey gravy. And ponytails. My God. Never had Pringles. I'm not going to explain it. We're referencing another live stream that we all happened to be present for, who is in on the joke here. But trust me, you don't want to know. Yeah, for a while in 2025, I couldn't watch it for a bit. I had to turn kind of everything negative off. So, Jesus, and I cut my hair with 2 ponytails. That is not happening with these ponytails. They're pigtails, I guess, technically, right? If they're 2. I used to look hella cute with my entire hair in braided pigtails, but I have to wait for the future for that. Pringles are good. Yeah, Ronan, you're missing out. Yeah. They're so bad for you. But they're good. Oh god. So it'll require pigs. I don't even know what to say. I gotta remember what channel I'm on. I look like Amelia. What's her last name? It's not Earhart. Earhart. With her flight cap. Or Leia a little bit. I should pin them up like this. That would be cute. Books. Okay. I gotta put some kind of books on this kind of shelf. I'm gonna move them down because I'm gonna put the anchor here. Thank you, Terrence. Earhart? Why is it pronounced like that? Okay, instead of Earhart. I took 2 down. I bought this book. You can't see me at all. I bought this book because I was going to read it like when I bought it months and months ago, and I still haven't. Oh, and I finished the neurodivergent therapy book as well. That's technically nonfiction, so that can go somewhere else. This is a sewing kit. I went through these when I unboxed the actual box. So Poppy War, 6 of Crows, Black Leopard, Red Wolf. I'm not going to go too far into it. Shatter Me, What You See in the Dark. It's all fiction. Forget Me Nots, Little Fires Everywhere. This was a giveaway. It's called The Responsible Party. This is the sequel to The 3-Body Problem, which was a Netflix show and also a book. I've heard it's very mathematical and technical, and this is the sequel to it. And I kind of have series in the other room, but I just didn't have time to like reorganize over there at all. So it's over here for now, but I think, and that's why I kind of put it sideways. It's German. Okay. I know we believe trees competed for light. Suzanne Simard's fieldwork challenged that perception, and now we've realized that the forest is a socialist community. Trees work in harmony, sharing sunlight freely. Interesting. How many bookshelves do I have? Structure-wise, I think this is the 15th one. Some are smaller, like this. I know it's tall, but it's narrow. Some aren't. Try to see what else I could bring over here. Let me check for any other nonfiction real quick. This soul retrieval one, this was a giveaway. It says a novel right on it. Yeah, I think it's based on like a philosophy, but let me, this is Yellow Face by R.F. Kuang. It's an author I wanted to read. Let me just test over here real fast if these will fit on the shelf. Yeah, they will. All right, so those can go over there. I'm just going to put it with it for now. This isn't in my spreadsheet yet. So that's staying there. And then up here, I wanted to share this with you anyway. I found an old version of the Boxcar Children, which I read growing up. So I thought this would be cute and quick to read again. But when I opened it, womp womp, it's hollowed out. So it still smells like a book, but something was in here. Mike says he speaks just enough German to cause him trouble, and it translated it for me. Interesting. It gives me a little translation thing. You play with a lot of languages, dabbling, but not what you'd say fluent in anything. I don't know, your Spanish and English is pretty good. Let's just say I don't have to use small words. We'll say that. But yeah, look at this hollowed out book. I mean, I expected like a flask or something, but there wasn't a flask in it. I have seen them carved out for like a gun shape, but this is clearly not that either. And it's very narrow, so could have been a flask, yeah. In a kid's book, it's a little bit sinister. But I didn't know that was about to happen, and it was shelved in the kids section. And I'm just like, oh, well, the rest of the book is gone. Okay. Anyway, I think it was interesting. Ronan says, I've sent you my book collection on Facebook using your spare account. Oh, okay. Mike, it took your comment of sorta kinda, and it turned it into black cheek. What is going on with YouTube? Vegan says, they declare you fluent. You're welcome. Secret oven mitt storage. It looks like it should be a door. I thought it was fun. Now I can give it back. I don't have anything put in there. That's what she said. What else can I do? I could like put these in rainbow order. Sort of black cheeks. Yeah. I mean, duh. Duh. Ronan is American, but lived in the Netherlands for a few years and now live in the UK. That's awesome. Am I into any trading card games? No. I used to play Magic the Gathering back in like high school, like late 90s. But I'm a cardboard enjoyer. Well, explain a little bit more. I like that phrase, but I don't know. You like Ugu? It looks like Uggo, but it's Ugu. I have no idea what that is. Put them in letter order, then color order. I can't because then they won't. Like I can do the opposite. I can put the colors matching and then put them in alphabetical. That's what I do over there. Oh God, Mike is about to drop something on me here. Well, genre, Dewey Decimal System. Fiction is still alphabetized by author in the Dewey Decimal System. This is all fiction. The cardboard enjoyer is a joke amongst card collectors like Yu-Gi-Oh! And Magic. Okay. I thought that's what like you were getting at, but I didn't get it. I have this full collection of the Lion King trading cards. I was obsessed with the Lion King for a bit. I doubt they're going to ever be worth anything, but I have them in a book, in a like, card book. And I still have my Magic cards, I think. Magic players, cardboard crack. Yeah. Oh, like they spend money on expensive cardboard. I mean, I read books, so is that kind of similar? I don't know. Show you one day? A binder, yes, thank you. I wonder if I could reach it right now. Vegans enjoys cardboard themselves once in a while. Let me see if I can reach them. Hold on. It smells so bad in there. Let me make sure there's no... Okay. Because when is this going to come up again, right? Damn it, it's backwards, but you can kind of make out that it says The Lion King. And then it's like shots from the movie on cards. Yeah, and I have the whole set. Like, I didn't make them, but I asked my parents to buy me this whole set. My God, there's a lot of them. I used to hang them on a cardboard thing because I have some from The Mask. Do you guys remember that goofy movie? I loved it. I still like it. You had one. Hold on, I'm behind. No Garbage Pail Kids? No. Fun fact, if you played one, okay, you proxied a Lord of the Pit on a mock chat. See, I'm not into it anymore enough to know what that means. Yeah, Vegan's like, what is that sentence, bro? I think they're numbered and in frame order already. Can I feel the love tonight? Yeah, for real. Vegan, take those 2 card barns and Google them with... What? I'm assuming one is like worth a lot of money and the others weren't or something. The Mask with Cher? No, The Mask with Jim Carrey. Let me see if there's a better picture. Not really. I don't have the whole set. But here he's eating a bomb. Yeah, and I think it was based on like a cartoon or something, wasn't it? It was with Jim Carrey. You'll skip the suspense? Yeah, please, because we're not getting it. And then... I think I have like the mana cards up front. I don't even remember what the different categories of cards are called, but then I have them by color. I think they had just added a color when I was playing it. Lord of the Pit, current value $7.25. Okay. I hope there's nothing inappropriate going on here, but I mean, they're just magic cards, so. I don't know, the black sets can get pretty out there. Some of them had animals on it, and of course those were my favorite. Thank you, Terrence. Let me see. See if there's anything interesting. I had like a Shiva dragon or something that was supposed to be worth more than the others. It was a red card. I've got green, blue. I think maybe blue was the new one. Look, there's one with a falcon on it. Whee! You got you too excited. Expected you to be a millionaire off those cards. Holy crap, you gave away 12 cards, each worth $21,985. That would pay for the truck. Some of these I remember. The red ones. Where is that dragon? And I hope I didn't give it away. I might have given it away. My very religious aunt caught my brother and I playing this game and thought it was a gateway to the devil. So that happened. There's a couple horses on this page. There's a unicorn. So the white cards, I didn't see that dragon in red here, so I probably gave it away because I wasn't using these. Should probably see what some of these are worth. It's always more of a hassle to like sell them than anything else, unless they're worth $20,000. Yeah, these black ones were pretty dark. They were really creepy. I didn't often play with black cards in the deck because it was so creepy. Everything's like plague, ghouls, drudge skeletons. Yeah, like zombies and pestilence. I remember that card. Feast of the Unicorn was a bomb card, but it was always very creepy to me. So the black ones. And was there another color? I think these were like multi. They're brown. I don't remember if they were like usable with anything or what. It bothers me that this is the back of all of them in case somebody's a collector and can figure out which generation or whatever these are from. Yeah. Anyway, don't know that will ever come up. So that's my story about trading cards and stuff. Yeah, do you know who you sold it to? Like, ask for it back. Like, excuse me, can we retrade these? Hold on, I gotta catch myself up on my laptop. My hair was wet and re-dried, so it's a little fluffy and crazy. Okay, let me see what y'all said. Yeah. You only had one at the time, so I took the now 22-ish grand card and wrote Lord of the Pit on the front of it with a marker. Oh my gosh. Hi, V. Munson. Ronan, just be aware it's 18 plus over there. It's okay, man. There are a lot of kids back in the day who played with Yu-Gi-Oh cards that are now worth at least tens of thousands if they kept them in mint condition. Yeah, that's the other thing. And not take them out of packaging and stuff. Unlimited and 4th edition. Oh, yeah, it was editions rather than generations, wasn't it? That's cool. Yeah, like people, I mean, like, I know some of you in here read, you know, and that's amazing. But even if you don't, like, we have like similar tastes in like hobbies and stuff when you're a book nerd. So yeah. Yeah, you know your magic cards. Yeah. It was fun. It was fun, but I think I started saying this and I didn't finish it. Like, it bothers me that you can't collect an entire set of things. Like every book in a series, like I can get that. But if there's like 1,000 books in one series, like how are you ever supposed to get them all, you know? Kind of like Phil with his Hot Wheels cars. What do we think you look like? I think you're male, but I honestly have no idea other than that. Vegan thinks you look like Mr. Clean. Or a ninja. I'm gonna go to your channel and see if there's any clues. Do you have a beard? Okay, I was right because you said he, him there. I don't know that any of these are you. Coach Beard. Screw it, let the geek flag fly. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. If you take photos of the pages and email you, I might get a chunk of dough. Oh, okay. If you feel like doing that, it's probably a lot of work. You've got a bald spot, but you've got hair? Okay. Is he buff and bald and clean because I can't see on my phone? Yeah, I just stalked your page for a second, and I saw you go by he, him, so... And the name on the thing is C Beard, but I don't know if you actually have one, because I don't know if any of those pictures are of you, and I don't think they are. Yeah. When am I making Fly Unzipped? So for real, I thought about starting Patreon and doing something like that instead, because I have my face on the channel. Check my Facebook when I've got a minute. I'm logged out of my FlyOn account, so I'll have to go back in there after the stream or something. Yeah, the pictures aren't of you. Okay. So if I look at something like Snake Discovery, who Emily from Snake Discovery is the, you know, her husband as well, but like she's mainly the face of that brand, you know? So if she suddenly put her face on a like R-rated movie or something, people would be upset, you know? And I mean, that's a very large scale, but I try to think of a very large scale because if I ever got to something like that, I can't reverse engineer something. Most of it anyway. So if I did something like Patreon and did a, you know, a Fly Unzipped or whatever, I also thought about Anna Upside Down. If I did a YouTube channel or Anna After Dark, but because that way the fly part wasn't on it, but Fly Unzipped only works because it's fly. Like, so maybe, you know, if it's Patreon, it's kind of more private. I don't think kids are going to pay like $15 a month or so. I don't know. I haven't decided what yet, you know, to come see me do that. So what the hell is going on with my computer? It went all the way back to the beginning of it. Okay. But yeah, I don't know. You know how freaking serious you are when you say chunk of money? The alpha, beta, and unlimited versions of Black Lotus, it's like $500,000. And they're not one of a kind? We need an only books. I like big books and I cannot lie. Is this taxidermy? Is what taxidermy? My laptop is dying faster than my phone is, and I'm suspicious. I don't know what else to say because my bookshelf idea kind of crashed. I see, like, how cool does it look? Just the shelf with 3 yellows in a row. It just draws your eye in, where it's like with the rest of the colors, you don't know where to look. Like the rainbow part just makes it look so much more aesthetically pleasing. The Patreon stuff. No, Mike suggested that, well, I thought I needed maybe another channel where I could curse and like let loose and explain my actual opinions on things. And then Mike suggested it be called Fly Unzipped, which was hilarious. So now I think Mike suggested it, right? Or was it funny? Or maybe you two in combination. I don't know. It was a chat thing. Mike's been talking about it since, and that's what we're referring to, but it hasn't actually happened yet. Oh, you sent what you look like to me? Hold on, because now I'm curious. Oh, I wanted to go back to the first picture Facebook showed me was a frog looking sad that says only nerves, no system. For real. Oh God, what is happening? I don't know. Kind of over it. Okay. Mike said something about geeking out, or the geek flag, and there is a book called Geek Love. It's definitely adult, but it's fiction, but it's about a like traveling circus kind of group, except they're oddities, like somebody with flippers and stuff, literal flippers. But the word geek actually referred to a circus act where someone bites the head off of a live chicken. So that's something you know now. So when people say geek, I can't help but think of eating the head off a chicken. Yeah. Mostly on my FlyOn page, I get messages from people that want to take over my channel, so I don't actually. Whoa, you sent me a picture of bookcases too. That looks awesome. Oh, hey. Oh, is that your daughter in the background? Nice to see you. You look younger than me. No, I'm not going to share his picture or anything. Oh, someone tried to exercise the chat and didn't work. Like Ozzy Osbourne. Yeah, apparently he bit the head off a bat or something. But you've seen people doing that as part of black magic? Oh my gosh. Exoryeeted. Why am I not writing these down tonight? I guess I gotta start. Be nice to my friend or you'll get exoryeeted. There was something else earlier that I wanted to write down and then I immediately forgot. Yeah, but I can't think of geeks any different. That was a very strange book. Very, very strange book. I can't say I recommend it necessarily. It is very odd. Oh, twice. Bats and doves? Oh my gosh. Could you imagine? Ugh. What did he put? I want to see what he said. It won't let me. Come on. He called me a Muppet. What were the first things he said? I trust my mods. Oh, I need to shave my hair off. It looks pathetic. Thank you. That's very sweet of you. Can't please everybody. Ew. I woke up late. Says hi. Bro's name checks out. Yeah, for real. Sorry you're late. Are you somebody I know? Electronically, anyway. Yeah, I'm fully aware that this haircut is not for everyone. Not to feed the troll or anything, but like, I just don't care. It's to give shock to the spectators. Yeah, that certainly will do it. That'll do it. That'll do, Peg. That'll do. I said Peg instead of pig. Haircut looks good, thank you. It was an experiment, but it was something I'd been thinking about for a while. The Aussie bat biting wasn't as hardcore flex as it seems. It's actually a lot more mundane than you'd think. How many people do you know that are biting bat heads off? My goodness. Fly HQ. Fly has questions. I have heard that it's not as bad as people like legend has it or whatever, but I don't know enough about it. The crowd was throwing random crap on the stage during the Diary of a Madman tour. And then Cujo says, I heard Ozzy thought it was a fake bat. How did somebody get a bat? Why are they carrying a dead bat to a concert? And why did they throw it on the stage? And then as soon as he picked it up, he would have realized this is a dead animal. Because for one, it probably smelled like decomp. And then he bit into it? Gross. I mean, alive would be gross as well, but then it would be moving. So that's a clue. Someone threw an unalive bat on stage near the bass player. I'd imagine bat just tastes like chicken. I don't know, there's not much meat on a bat, to be honest. It's kind of like with birds, except I know chicken is the thing, but like, you gotta fatten them up to really get meat off of them. Yeah, this is a weird conversation. Ozzy snatched it up and thought it was a realistic rubber toy. I mean, to be fair, he was probably on something, so. I don't know that I'd bite a rubber toy that some other human had just thrown, and it landed on a stage where people have been dancing and running and jumping and whatever. Chomp like a real person would do. Spit, ew, help. Do you think that barbecue is done upside down? Oh, they did rush him to the ER? Yeah, rabies is blood to blood. I don't know that he could get it from eating one, but I'm sure there was blood involved there. That's disgusting. I mean, I don't know how fresh or bad it was, so I have questions. I want to know where the bat came from. Bats are some of the coolest little critters. No surprise that I like almost all animals. You'll get Nipah, I don't know how to say it, virus through bats. Yeah, they definitely can carry some stuff, but I mean, in general, anything on the floor that came from real people in an audience, maybe don't put in your mouth, Just don't put it in your mouth. Remember we had this conversation? No? I either remember something forever, like especially if someone says they're gonna do something or asks me to do something, like I still remember, that girl asked me to go to the art museum like 15 years ago. She doesn't even live in this state, and I'm like, I have to figure out when we can go to the art museum. So like if people say that, I will take it literally and remember. Other things, no clue. You said, okay. Least favorite animal, and don't say humans. If you hadn't said don't say humans, I would have said humans. And Cujo points out, okay, almost all. So I got myself in trouble with that. We talked about fruit bats. Oh yeah, I kind of remember that. Mosquitoes get no love. This is gonna maybe surprise you, but like bears, like it's not that I wouldn't take care of one if I had to, but I will not. And specifically grizzly bears terrify me. They terrify me more than sharks, more than like snakes, obviously. And I've talked about this before, I think, about the Timothy Treadwell situation. Internet took a crap. Uh-oh. Funny's referring to one of his lives. Least favorite animal of mine would be squirrels. Privileged rodents that wear Gucci and Dolce & Gabbana. Polar bears are pretty terrifying as well. I just feel really sad for them because lately the pictures of them have them like emaciated because the polar ice caps are melting. But grizzly bears. Okay, I kind of have to tell the story. So Timothy Treadwell was a dude who studied grizzly bears, and he was a little bit of a risk taker. But he camped on, I think it was an island actually, or something. He camped out in Alaska. Somebody's fact check me on this, but like every summer he would go and camp out in grizzly bear like territory, and like knew these bears by sight, like different individual bears, like knew everything about them you possibly could think of. It was in the 80s or 90s, so it was like VHS recordings, audio recordings. It was a little, okay, Mormon Island, there you go. And yes, so they had the audio being recorded, and a grizzly bear showed up and ate him, and it was captured on audio. The audio has never been released, but it's kind of out there if you look for it enough. Mormon Island is from Game of Thrones, so never mind. I was just like, yeah, that's got to be it. But yeah, his girlfriend, Timothy Treadwell's girlfriend, was also there, but he was the utmost expert on grizzly bears. Now, should he have been camping in grizzly bear territory? Probably not. But would anyone have known how to avoid being eaten by one? Yes. These bears are huge, strong. If they decide to eat you, there's nothing you can do. Guns, no use. Punching them, no use. At least like great white sharks, I heard you can like punch them until they release you. And they don't often eat people, but they will bite people. The bear will literally eat you. So he had a scheduled pickup by like air, like seaplane or something, and they couldn't find him. And they found the campsite, and then they found the audio recording and realized he was eaten by the bears that he loved and was studying. Yeah. So, and also great apes. As I adore them, I absolutely adore them, but I will not go in the same room as one. There's people who have kept chimps as pets. Even gorillas can be. Yes, of course they can be dangerous, but I'm trying to think of like a situation where one was a pet, and I can't really think of anything except with Coco, the gorilla. But they did they did have some safety measures that were kind of added as they learned more. But chimps have literally ripped people's faces off and eaten people alive. Maybe it's the eating people alive part that gets to me. I don't know. Yeah, that's why bears terrify me. He and his girlfriend both. Yeah, exactly. Why would I venture into a predator's territory knowingly? It's not so much just being there, it's like sleeping there. I don't know what time of day it happened or all, but he was pretty intense with his beliefs that they wouldn't hurt him. Humans still are the most dangerous and the most nonsensical and the smartest and the dumbest at the same time. Oh yeah, panda bears and koala bears are different, except koala bears often have chlamydia. So, education taking place. Poor Harambe. That's the one that had the child, right? I mean, he didn't kill the child. He was carrying it around. It was very dangerous. But how did the freaking child end up in a cage? Where are the parents? So they could have gotten that baby back, I feel like, without killing him. If that's the story I'm remembering. Oh, time to give a few more short stories from the Mims history book, Animal Edition. Why have you not done this so far? Cujo's laughing at somebody. Me? I like bears in general, but they scare me. It's not like a phobia, like, oh my god, I can't go near one. It's like, they're in the zoo, yeah, I'll look at them, but I'll also look at the safety features if it's like a grizzly bear in particular, because you stand no chance. The real question is who would win in a fight, gorilla or grizzly? Oh, I don't know. Wasn't there a show that staged these kinds of like fake fight-offs or something? This guy reminds me of that one Christian missionary who went to Sentinel Island off the coast of India to convert Aboriginals and got killed by poison arrows. Yeah, cause and effect. That's something that humans are not very good at, is cause and effect. Let me go grab my power cord real quick. I'll be right back. I don't get stunk out again. Hold on another second, because I gotta give him his medication right now. Be right back. Well, I can hear the tree frogs outside, and it makes me want to go look for them and try to catch them. Oh, you laughed at koala chlamydia. Yeah, apparently they have like one of the highest rates of chlamydia or something. I don't understand who researched that exactly, but yeah, be careful of koala chlamydia. Working with another guy, Alan Campbell. Koala chlamydia award, John Oliver. I love John Oliver. A lot of animals have diseases, and some of them can infect humans. Yes, but a lot of them can't, and a lot of them can't be even transmitted to humans. Like feather lice, we don't have feathers. Birds can get feather lice, but they can't transfer to us because we don't have feathers. Like, there's a bunch of things like that, honestly. But yeah, you should be, if you, especially if you're traveling or something, you should be educating yourself about which animals are dangerous. Rabies is much more rare than people think, but you can't really risk it. So and the aftershots for rabies are like 4 needles into your stomach. It's like pretty bad. So be careful. When I rescued a bat, I still wore gloves. But yeah. Together they were elephant trainers. Oh, you told me about this. Tyke, yes. For those old enough to remember this from the 90s, Alan and Dallas were the elephant handlers at a show in Hawaii. The elephant's name was Tyke. Yeah, you just told me about this. Didn't work out so hot for either of them. Kuja said there's a documentary about that elephant. Why do I want to go watch it? What's wrong with me? This came up because I talked about a book called Water for Elephants, which is fiction, but it's based on a guy who kind of runs away with the circus and ends up an elephant trainer, and then things happen. No spoilers. It was gnarly. Yeah, I bet. Elephants, though, are like intelligent. They're trainable. And yeah, they could kill you, but like I don't get the same vibe from them as I do like bears. They also give a lot of warning body language. I mean, it's kind of your fault no matter what animal you get killed by, because they're animals, people are too. Anyway, yeah. Okay, then hold up. Okay, I'm holding. Elephant stomps would be horrific. Oh God, yeah. It's like some form of medieval torture or something. If you work with animals that carry rabies, you can get pre-exposure. Yes, you can get a rabies vaccine. Yeah, I know what you mean. Ew, there was extensive footage of everything Tyke did to both of them as it happened. What did they do to Tyke, though? That's my question. And how was he being kept, like, in captivity? Because elephants have emotions. Like, they're one of the most intelligent animals. Hippos are scary, especially when they get hungry. Yeah. Hippos are scary, too. They're like stealthy. I mean, I wouldn't want to get eaten by a Nile crocodile either, but like, I don't know. It's only if it grabs you, like if you're near them. I don't know. There's just something about that Timothy Treadwell story that's got me on bears. I mean, there's not many animals I wouldn't like rehab if it was appropriate to do so, but I don't know. I mean, I even raised a litter of wild rats, like from babies. I mostly did that because my nephew was here and wanted to see it, but yeah. I mean, but like a sewer rat, yeah, gloves at least. I don't know. Bears are fascinating, but grizzly bears, people do not realize just how giant they are. And as predators, like, they're just, yeah, scary. They're scary to me. That's what it is. Would I think it's cool if I got to pet a grizzly bear? Sure, but would I be in the same room without, like, iron bars? No. Even if somebody was like, "It's fine, he's trained," I'd be like, "Uh-uh, nope." Oh, crows are super intelligent, yeah. And social, yes. No evidence to explain why. Tyke just flipped his lid, they still aren't sure why. They didn't even have a warning. Interesting. One of them died nearby. Oh, and a lot of a crow died. I was like, wait, people died? And a lot of crows showed up almost as if they had a funeral or something. Elephants do that. I don't remember crows doing it, but it wouldn't surprise me. You've seen a post-mortem grizzly attacks on shock sites. It's brutal. Yeah. Why do I see, this is what happens with true crime. You can stomach it, and it's fascinating. Like the book Stiff by Mary Roach, right? It's about dead bodies, and that was pretty disgusting. I will say, I almost turned it off a couple times, but it becomes fascinating. But then once you're curious and learning about something that extreme, what's the next thing that you can test yourself with? Like Sherlock Holmes is relatively tame compared to crime scene photos. So then what's the escalation from that, And then, yikes. You were censored? What did you say? Well, I guess you can't tell me, but at least in the chat. Okay, let me try again. One moment. Tyke had nobody near him, nothing touching him, just walking down the street in the parade. ... And bloop, I see on my phone. Yes, okay. And bloop, roar. Was it stompy stompy or like throwing? And am I going to look for like more information? Absolutely. I don't know why. I mean, animal behavior is fascinating to me, period, but that's why bears scare me. Like sharks, hippos, crocodiles, don't go in the frickin' water. But bears, Alan was stompy stompy? Okay. And then, like immediately. Oh, God. All right. This is my nighttime alarm to like wrap up, but naturally I'm going to keep going a little bit more. I think I do too much all weekends, and then I wonder why I'm tired Sunday night. Like, seriously. Weren't there two of them, though? What happened to the other one? Were they stompy stompy? Oh, or was that... Oh, I didn't know you were friends with one of them? I'm confused. Dallas, your school friend had it arguably worse. He got... Let me try. Okay. We're all waiting here, like... What is Mike about to say? But I mean, it's stompy, stompy, stabby, stabby, or throwy, throwy, I feel like. You're gonna tell it from Tyke's brain's perspective? Vegan says, yo. Y'all who didn't like true crimes, I'm sorry. You're kind of getting a little bit of... It's relevant, though. I'm art and animals. We're talking about animal attacks. And I did it to myself by saying that I like almost all animals. Let me pin you under my tusks and use the asphalt at a cheese grater. Oh! Ugh, so it was like stabby, stabby, squishy, squishy. I don't know. Rug burn. I don't know what to call that. Oi. So it was vicious. It wasn't just like, oops. Yeah. Yikes. Well, that's something we all know now. Yeah, he did mention gnarly. So if you want to hear a more heartwarming animal death story, and I know that doesn't seem like it goes together. But I used to work, I volunteered, I wasn't an employee, but I worked at a horse rescue where, you know, animals would pass away. They still had like a 96% success rate rescuing these horses. But there was a pack of them, not pack, it's a small herd. It was, we usually, I'm thinking of going back there, and I still remember it fondly, which is why I say we, but what the hell was that? Did somebody just knock at my door? Sorry, that might have been my cat. You okay? No, you're not. What's up? No, no. We'll get you there, okay? We'll get you there. Are you coming to see me? It's okay. I'll be done in a minute, okay? Yeah, it's not like he knocked, but he was knocking into things. So I think that's what I heard. I thought I heard him cry. Yeah, rescuing horses from like neglect and abuse. So they would come in skin and bones, hooves 3 feet and curling sometimes, but we usually separated the mares and geldings, which male or female and male. But there was a group of very old white horses. They're called grays if you know anything about horses, but I'm just gonna call them white horses because they were. So there was an old man one that was kind of arthritic and very you know, didn't get around much anymore. And horses usually live like mid-20s. These guys were like up in their 30s. So it was an older male and then 2 mares. And they just did everything together. And horses do color segregate. Like it's a safety thing for them. Like with zebras blending in, exactly, you know, it's like if you put all the dark horses and white horses together, like they feel safer from predators. So, you know, this group, it was a trio, and they did everything together, but they always like patiently kind of waited for the gelding to catch up to them. Like he couldn't move very fast. And the gelding eventually passed away. And they brought the 2 mares, at least I heard about the one of them. They brought them down to see him because they would wait for him all the time, you know? And one of the mares, her name was Mara, she came in, she recognized him, she sniffed him for a little bit, and then she turned around and galloped up the hill. She was like, accepted that he had passed and was like, okay, it's okay to just go on without him, kind of. And I see that as heartwarming because it's like she was choosing to kind of help take care of him in a way, you know, and include him in the group. And she just accepted it and was like understood enough that like now she could go faster. I don't know. It just kind of made me feel feels about that. And I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying. Let me go make sure my cat doesn't break something else. Sorry this was so random, but and I don't know if people are still here with me or not. But Vegan says got it. Okay. Yeah, it was just kind of like, because death can be so hard, as we all probably know. But animals can like understand it too, just in a different way. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what to say to that either, but I don't know. Isn't that always the way, Mike? What was I gonna say? I should go. Wait, Vegan has a question, but I don't know what I'm doing at any given moment, and this cat stuff has just really thrown me. But I'll be working from home quite a bit, and when I do that, sometimes I have the energy to stream that evening. I don't know, we'll see, but Are zebras white with black stripes or black with white stripes? I used to know the answer to this question. I think they're black with white stripes. There was just a case of a zebra being born a solid color, and I think it was black. Sub to Mike for more PTSD-inducing fun. Yeah. White with black? Don't quote me on that. I'm not sure. I used to know the answer to that question, but I can't recall it in my brain right now. So, yeah, I'm gonna go, and I hope you all have a good night. Thank you for hanging around. Everything with Mike is making stuff. I can share it if you want. Yeah, just Google Mike is making stuff. But I'll share it anyway. Oh, I went to Vegan's channel instead of Mike's channel. Okay. It gets pretty saucy though. Yeah. All right. Thank you. I will talk to you all very soon, I hope. So, good night. Thanks for sticking with me through this. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye.